Grapplesnake Tour M8, one of the best strings I've tried in a very long time. Let me give you a little bit of background of Grapplesnake. Grapplesnake is a German manufacturer of tennis string. All their strings are made in Germany, and before they were specifically in Germany, but now they're worldwide. So I got my hands on a Grapplesnake from actually a student. One of my students, shout out to Yulin, he lent me his racket and I tried Grapplesnake on it. It was a strike, the exact version I have here, the Pure Strike version 4 with the Grapplesnake Tour M8 1.30 millimeter or a 16 gauge as many people know it, and I loved it. It was a great string. So they have multiple different strings. The Tour M8 specifically came out in 2022. They designed the Tour M8 to have a mix of both the Alpha and the Tour Sniper, but with a little bit more durability. And it has an octagonal shape with 8 sides, allowing you to grip the ball and allowing for the highest amount of durability. Now, all this information you can find on their website. I've put the link down below as well. Let's go over the different shots and how I feel with this racket. I felt very good on the Groundstrokes, especially on my forehand side. I felt like I can get a lot of spin as well as a lot of control. That's what I noticed with this string mostly on my Groundstrokes, especially on my forehand. It provides a lot of control while still providing quite a bit of power. Now, if I can relate this string to any other string, a popular string with the Groundstrokes, I'd relate it to a Luxilon Alu Power, but slightly more control. The Luxilon Alu Power, I feel for me, doesn't give me as much control as I would like. The ball just flies off my racket with that string, and I enjoy it. I like that feeling of the ball just flying and gets that instant power. But with this Tour M8, it's kind of like a good balance. It has that control still, but it has that power. Now on my backhand side, I would say the same thing. It gives me that power, it gives me that control. One thing I did notice with this racket is I loved going for drop shots with this racket. You see, I got so much touch with it. It almost plays like a 17 gauge. I know this is a 16 gauge, but if you were to put your hands on this, I promise you, you're gonna think the same thing. It plays like a 17. It gives you a lot of feel, a lot of touch. My volleys felt very crisp with this racket. I can't, to be honest, really tell the difference between strings on my volleys. What I can tell is the difference. What the difference is the different rackets that I would use. A little bit heavier, it provides me obviously a little bit more stability at the net, while a little bit lighter, you know, you have to put a little bit more behind it with your wrist. But yeah, this one felt great. Didn't notice too much of a difference on the volleys, to be honest, but they were solid. My serves with this string also, kind of relating to the control that I can get with it, it provided so much power along with a lot of maneuverability of my serve. I felt like I was able to hit a lot of first serves out wide, a lot of first serves that I usually cannot. You see, for me, I struggle on that deuce side, hitting on that out wide serve. But with this racket, I was able to get a lot of those first serves in, a lot of those flat serves. Due to the feel that I can get and that extra little bit of softness as well. In terms of the durability for this string, I've been playing for about 2 weeks now, and it's maintained the tension pretty well. I string about 52, 51 on the crosses, 52 on the mains, and it maintains it pretty well, I would say. That's one thing that I am very, very sensitive to, and I'm sure all high level players are. Obviously, I don't like to use a racket more than maybe 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks as max, just because of the tension maintenance, but this one has maintained it pretty long and pretty solid. Now, in terms of the spin on this racket, I would say that this gives me about a medium to high amount of spin. I feel that I can drive it pretty well. It doesn't provide as much drive, let's say, for example, as an Alu Power. I feel like those strings just fly off like the ball just flies off my racket and it drives completely. This one, I feel like I can still grip it a little bit and get a little bit more spin on it, and it doesn't necessarily fly as quickly as those ones. Grapplesnake designed this as one of their mid-level stiffness. It's not too stiff, it's not too soft either. Personally, I do not like very soft strings. I like to feel a little bit more the vibration and kind of control it a little bit more. So I would say that this is a good mix. This is not very stiff. It's right in the middle, I would say, in terms of stiffness. Now, power. I wouldn't say that this provides you a lot of power. I know that's what they advertise. For me personally, I found that where it shines the most is on the serves. I feel like the power comes very naturally on the serves. I would say in the ground strokes, it does pop off the racket pretty well, which gives it that Luxilon, like alu power kind of feel. But I wouldn't say it's an immense amount of control. It's not, I mean, immense amount of power. I would say definitely alu power has more, or some of those other, you know, strings that are more meant for power. This one has that good balance of power and control. Overall impression of the Tour M8 string, it's one of the best strings I've tried in a very long time. I wouldn't call it necessarily a budget string. It's about $15 a set. I know you can get a Slinko set about 10, I believe, 12 bucks maybe, but it's not as expensive as, let's say, RPM Blast, which is about 18, 19 a set. So it's somewhere in the middle, which is exactly, I mean, for this string, I think that's a steal, if I'm being quite honest. From a 1 to 10, my rating for this string would probably be about an 8.8. This is an amazing string. I think they really did well at Grapplesnake, making a high quality string. Again, I'll drop a link down to their website. I'll drop my affiliate link as well if you'd like to buy this Tour M8 specifically, as well as a Tennis Forum website. You see that Tennis Warehouse forum, there were thousands of replies circulating about this particular string, and it has a lot of good reviews. So guys, check it out. Let me know if there's other things you'd like to see in the future, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, have a great day, and God bless.